So today I want to talk about attitude. Attitude with your family, attitude with your kids, attitude in sports, with your job, with your teammates, team members. Just recently I was at an ice cream place, and of course I was going through the drive-thru. I was a little unsure of what I wanted to order, so I was at the drive-thru, and of course the lady said, well, can I help you? And I said, can you give me a second? So I'm going down the list of choices, and I said, okay, well, this is what I want. I need one of these and one of these. The lady was doing some suggestive selling, of course, and saying, well, can we interest you in one of these today? I said, no, ma'am, no, thank you. So I pulled around, and of course she said, that'll be $12.50. And I said, well, wait a minute here, $12.50. I only ordered this, and they were both smalls. They were $4 a piece. It should be right around $8. And she said, no, you wanted the suggestive item that she was trying to entice me with. And of course I said, no, I didn't order one of those, no thank you. And I know I didn't because what was in it was something that my son is allergic to. Of course, he was in the car with me. And she said, no, I think you ordered that. I said, oh, ma'am, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that I did not. So she said, all right, Eileen. Of course, that was the first eye roll. Eileen comes over. She's the manager. And of course, the window's shut. So I'm watching this whole thing transpire. And the body language on Eileen was like I just peed in her cornflakes. She was very, very stoic. Her shoulders immediately rounded. Her chin went down. Her eyebrows sort of were going crazy there. And she knew that she was going to have some additional work that she'd have to do. So she starts punching in the buttons, boom, 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 really hard. And she didn't look up at me, but I knew that Eileen was a little ticked off that she had to void out that particular sale. Of course, the door opened. And she was like, sir, it's going to be $8 and 47 cents, and we're so sorry. Okay, the door closed. She goes, Eileen! Eileen comes over. Now she's folding her arms. And they're, of course, having this conversation about what to do with the item, the suggestive item there that was made, because, of course, I didn't want it, and it was already made. And, of course, they're going back and forth. Now what are we going to do with this product? It's going to throw it away or all that kind of stuff. So the door opened. Thank you, sir. Here you go. Right? And of course the door closed, and you immediately turn, and she was a teenager, and she started saying things to all the workers. Of course, I knew it was about me because all the workers then looked through the glass at me. Now, you have that story. Just recently I got back from Walt Disney World, my favorite place on the planet. My son and I lined up at 7 o'clock a.m. to go in and do the Jedi Training Academy at Hollywood Studios. Now you got to get there early because as soon as the rope drop happens, you got to go right over, you got to sign up. We had checked in the day before, and we assumed our magic bands were working, okay, because we asked if they could test them, and of course they said they did. So we're getting ready to go in the park. We were there 2 hours ahead of time. We were the first people in line. The rope drop happens, the trumpets sound. Of course, we go to use our magic bands to get in, and we cannot use them. Okay. Now I know for a fact we paid for everything, okay, because it was a big woo on the credit card bill, of course, when it came in. So I know that we were good to go. Okay. Of course, they called a manager over. The manager came over and said, "What seems to be the trouble today?" Of course, they were all happy and energetic, and said, "Guys, folks, you're going to need to come with me. We're going to need to go right into this room and go ahead and get your magic bands taken care of." In the meantime, my son, who's been sitting out there ready to fight Darth Vader for 2 hours, is "Daddy, what's going on? Daddy, Daddy, what's going on?" So we go into this room. We were in this room for exactly 40 minutes. 40. The whole time I knew that our chances of doing the Jedi Training Academy were 0 now. And we would have to come back the next day, getting up just as early to get over to the park to make sure that we got our spot. Of course, I mentioned around the 35-minute mark the reason that we were there so early, and that we were the first ones in line, that we wanted to do the Jedi Training Academy. The lady, without even skipping a beat, the cast member that was taking care of us, said, "You know what, I wouldn't worry too much. I think Darth Vader has some space for you." Okay. The smiles the whole time, over delivery, folks, the smiles, whole deal. This is a company that's prided themselves on customer service, and we got that. We didn't get the eye rolls. We didn't get the, "Oh man, we have to take care of this stupid person that didn't work out their magic bands." It's a completely different experience. Ice cream versus Darth Vader, I get it, right? Apples and oranges. But it's the same kind of quality. It's the same kind of attitude that you can have no matter whether you work at an ice cream place or Walt Disney World. So here's the tip. Have an attitude of gratitude. Yes, you're lucky to have a job. Yes, you're lucky to wait on people. You're lucky to have customers that value your service enough to frequent and visit it a lot. So here's the tip. Make sure you remember that. Always have an attitude of service and serving others, helping other people when you can. You're going to be a fire starter if you do that. And what the world needs, we need more fire starters and less energy suckers. Do this, and your life certainly will be more fulfilled.